Hello, hello, hello. Recently, the question was posed to me as to has my faith ever been tested? Yes, my faith has been tested, and my journey has not been easy. However, it has been well worth the best ride of my life. One of the main reasons I speak so often about being thankful and praising God through all things is because I've been there and had to do it and grow through it. Paul wrote in Philippians 4, verse 11, "Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content." He wrote this while in prison and had probably been whipped a time or two already. Yet this man, who was a staunch hunter of Christians, had an encounter with Jesus on the road to Damascus that left him forever an avid believer of Jesus and was determined to bring as many to Christ as he could. How could he be content? Because he had his faith that God would bring him out in whatever way he saw fit that would bring glory to him. He knew one way or the other he would be with Jesus when all was said and done, and this was just part of the journey. Well, I am closer to that type of thinking today than I was just a few short years ago when I was going through it with my family. I will always be the first to say I wasn't the best mother. I was drug addicted a large part of my children's growing up, and they are 9 years apart. They have seen me clean and they have seen me strung out. But the cruel reality hit me when they both, at one time or another, and sometimes at the same time, lied on me to my mother, who believed them. That hurt. And I was like, yo, God, what's up with this? Where you at? I learned that he was right there with me, showing me that I had to keep my eyes, my heart, and my mind on him and him alone. I was looking at my mom like, how could you believe them? I thought you knew me better than that. And why would you believe them? In my tears and sleepless nights, I remembered that only God could fix this mess. But when, God? When? When is my heart going to stop breaking when I think of my children and my mom? When is my mom going to realize that they are lying? And through it all, I learned that it was not for me to know, but to keep trusting and believing that he would fix it and vindicate me in his time. Yeah, that part. See, I wanted to see it shut down immediately, not go on for months and years. Yes, years. But I'm on the other side now. The forgiveness part took a good 9 months, almost a year, to get through. Yes, I was saying it with my lips, but not my heart, because my heart was broken. I was saying I forgave them because I knew I was supposed to say it. But more importantly, I had to feel it. I had to come to terms with the fact that once I truly forgave them and let God heal my heart, I would be the person he wanted to make me. How many times did he forgive me and still forgives me? Who am I not to forgive those who do me wrong? Family don't get disqualified. They are usually the first on the list to cause hurt and disappointment. Past hurts that we do not let go of will kill our future. Don't get it twisted. I am still a work in progress. Always will be till he takes me home. However, now we're working on different things. But when you're in the midst of the darkest night you have ever known, trust me, God is right there with you. My relationship with my children and mother is okay, but it will never be what it once was or what I dreamed it would be like. and that is absolutely fine. Sometimes things with God will be a quick fix. Other times it may be a 40-year journey that should have taken 11 days. A reference to the children of Israel wandering in the desert for 40 years. God had brought them out of years of slavery and loaded them down with the spoils of the Egyptians, and once they crossed the Red Sea, they practically spit in God's face with all their murmuring and complaining. Being thankful has its perks, for sure. For me, it helps me remember all the things He brought me through, all the times He worked it out when I couldn't see a way. I never thought I would be the one to take care of my father when he got sick. I ain't no nurse or homemaid, but God gave me the knowledge, patience, and compassion when my father needed me at that time. When I moved up to Hudson Valley with no car and no job, He provided that for me too. I have had difficulties on jobs that came at me from out of nowhere, yet I trusted God to keep me from saying or doing things to make the situation worse. I held my peace, and He worked it out for my good. My latest test of faith, the job I am at now, for a good 9 months, almost a year after my 3 months probation, there was this supervisor that literally made my days a living hell. This supervisor would yell at me from across the call center, would speak to me as if I were their child and or as if I had a mental defect. I knew I was doing what I was taught. I was never late coming to work, always took my breaks and lunches on time, and just could not understand what it was that made this person want to come at me the way they were coming at me. What I did do was keep records of the incidents just in case. I kept praying and believing, not back-talking or getting slack in my work. I'm going to say this. I now work from home. My faith in Him keeps me knowing and remembering He is bigger than all my problems and situations. Because I can't see a light at the end of the tunnel doesn't mean it is not there. I'm not dead. Every day above ground means another opportunity to be a light for Him. I'm not in prison. I have led a colorful life, and for some things, I might just be getting out of prison now, if it had not been for God's favor and purpose for my life. I'm not in a mental institution. Some things that I have gone through would have driven other people insane. But God. I'm not conceited or prideful. However, I am proud to say that I do not look like what I have been through, nor do I look like I am a great-grandmother of 2. But God. Being thankful and giving praise to the one who controls it all keeps me humble and knowing that, yes, there are going to be some hard days and difficult times, but He is right here with me. He wants me to lean on Him and only Him. He sticks closer than a brother and is the best friend I could ever ask for. When my brain starts telling my lips to question God, I am not so quick anymore to ask why. I am not exempt. If Jesus was not exempt from suffering, being talked about and lied on, who am I to think that it can't or won't happen to me? It is how I handle it that shows growth in my faith, that no matter what it is, He will bring me out. No matter what you may be going through, trust and believe God is right there going through it with you, waiting for you to look to Him, knowing that He will make it all right. May God continue to bless your life.